Hello and welcome to SML After Dark. I'm Primetime 000, joined by the one, the only, the legendary Coach Pauly. The truth.
What's up, Prime? How's it going, sir? I'm
Hey,
honored to be here with such a great 22-time champ.
23,
23-time
23.
champ. 23, holy crap, maybe 24 too.
Yeah, listen, dude. I was thinking the other day about you being on the show, and I think a lot of guys in the SML look up to you. I do. Um,
Whoa!
Like, I think back in school, I think Finn's, like, if you guys went to school together, you guys same age, he would have looked up to you. You're kind of the jock, the athlete. I think Meats, if you were in school with them, these guys would have looked up to you. So, anyway,
I appreciate that. And meats, I would stuff in the locker probably if you'd fit. And then I would probably with Fins, he'd be cool. You know, he seems like the sneaky, cool kind of guy who can get you
he
out of
actually is.
trouble. You know, what I mean, very slippery. So he'd be
He is
cool
cool.
to be friends with.
He is cool. He will become the 51st state, by the way. I don't know if you haven't paid much attention to that, but that's going to be great when that happens.
Yeah, that's great, man. They got great stuff over there. Montreal's a great city.
Um, so, if you guys are not familiar with SML After Dark, we're not really familiar with it either. We're just kind of talking into a mic. This is going to be probably the most unstructured podcast. A lot of SML podcasts, they have a lot of topics and they go through it. We have no. I mean, you can attest to this, Paulie. We have no agenda here. We're just going to
I have
talk.
no clue what we're about to say or do. Put the children to bed, ladies and gentlemen. I have no clue.
So I was thinking, and I was looking at the standings, and Woods is the number one seed again in the NFC, Super Bowl champion. And I was sitting back in my chair pondering, how is this possible? Like the last two Madden cycles, it seems like the parity is legit and the elites are no longer elite. And I don't know if it's any given Sunday or some guys are getting better because they're used to playing each other. What do you think it is?
I mean, I think the older guys that are good, like Woods and, Gouda once in a while when he's here, not, at Tesla, afraid for his life. But, I mean, I
Yeah.
think it's not learning how to play the game and not turning the ball over. Like Woods is the type, great player. I'm not afraid of him. I'll join his division until I leave the SML. I don't care. But if he doesn't make mistakes and he stays in the game late, he can win games. And if it becomes a shootout, I think it's all over. Last thing he wants is like a 40 to 45 game.
Yeah.
He wants the 13 to 10 slobber knocker, bloody game. That's what he likes. He's a man coverage guy. He's smart, play action guy, but there's certain things, if you know him, he can't really handle well. So it's about learning those things. But, you got to learn how to play the game.
Then the game's changed though, like Madden itself. Like, remember 2 years ago? What was a year ago? Like with the running back, you get hit and then you fall forward for 6, 7, 8 yards, and then
Yeah.
just over time. I mean, I feel like when you first joined, remember like if you user a middle linebacker, Oshie, you remember the great legend,
Yeah,
SML
yeah.
legend.
Oh, yeah. Going in circles. Yep.
Like that is gone from the game, and they've added freeform, which remember a year or
Yeah.
two ago was a bigger difference than it is now. Now freeform doesn't really do much.
Yeah.
It feels like in a way like they've diminished the ability for user skill to matter. And I think when we talk about Woods, I think Woods actually has gotten better.
Isn't that good for the league though? Right? Isn't the SML going to thrive because the little men now can kind of compete with you and other guys? I think that's good, right? Parity.
I think it is. I think it's good. I think it's a great thing. I think it's a great thing for the league. I think it can be frustrating, like as a player who is used to winning a lot of games in a big fashion. I've had guys DM me and they tell me, Prime, we should go to all Madden. We should go to all Madden because I guess all Madden makes it to where the skill gap is wide again. And I'm like, it might make it that way, but is that good? Look, I love Fig Newton. The dude wins like 2 games a year. Like, I don't want him to win 0 games a season. Like, I'd rather him halfway win a couple games. Wouldn't you? Don't you think that's better
Yeah.
for the league?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I do. I agree. I love figs. And the thing is, Prime, I used to be in half of my career, I used to be in an all Madden league. And I used to love it when I only knew all Madden. Then I come here to all pro and it's a lot more user skill involved. All Madden hid a lot of flaws, because the computer did a lot for you. And I couldn't play it right now. I hate it because the computer is OP. You know what I mean? To a certain extent, it hit a lot of flaws of the users that weren't so good. So I'm glad that it's all pro here.
Here's a question. You're an SML legend, obviously, at this point. The Truth podcast, one of the most highest rated podcasts in the connected franchise community, number one podcast, number one league in the community. You, you're a Hall of Famer in another Madden league. When you look at your Madden career and you think about the playoffs coming up here, would you really walk off and retire if you win the Simbardi?
I think I'd finish the cycle because I want one more season to talk about it and gloat. And then I'd go. That's been my goal since day one. If I ever win one, I'd walk off 100%. I think all right, 92% because I'd stay one more season. I stay till the end of the cycle and then call it that. And plus, with high school football season in the fall is my busiest season, so I'd be like, it would be easy, to let it go at that point. But I think, winning one, let's win one first.
Yeah. This is your best shot when you say NFC. Everyone says NFC sucks, Paulie. I mean, you hear it, you're in the NFC. Is it true? Does the NFC blow?
I think Stavo, once he gets locked in these playoffs, he's going to be very tough. I think his, girlfriend right now is he has like stars in his eyes right now.
Yeah, he's
he's
a cartoon character.
Yeah, and he's not focusing right now. I can tell. I mean, playoffs are going to be different for him. And I mean, it's not easy. And I'll tell you the truth, and I always tell you the truth.
Yeah.
You're the last person I would want to see. I think I'm confident, or I wouldn't mind anybody else except for you. Now that QP left, I don't think anybody scares me, or I haven't really beat in the AFC. But you, because we know each other so well, I'd struggle with you. Let's say that.
Here's a real question. You think about Stavo, and I think Stavo has the ability to be an all-time great, and I get mocked for this. I do. But I think he cares about the game quite a bit. I think that he to be an all-time great or to have an all-time great cycle, you have to have a setup too. Like remember last cycle, Dump had just a stupid team
Yep.
where they were just loaded and it was just laid out perfectly for him. I think you have to have a bit of luck, and I think Stavo's got that. And he handpicked his division. Remember, he got roasted for what he did there. NYT, DW, Knoll. I mean, that's just not even fair. But we'll see. I don't know what's going to happen there.
I
Um,
mean, the thing about Stavo is he owns. If you look at the head-to-head lately, he absolutely, I don't know for what reason, owns KP. Owns him. If you
mhm.
look at the scores, he's in his head. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So that helps him in the NFC.
KP's a unique guy. Kind of remember last Matt cycle he joined up, had all this hype. He was Dan's poster child, won a Simbardi. I'm kind of disappointed in KP's performance a little bit. I feel like he's taken a step back. Um, Now, new dad though, maybe he's distracted.
That and he plays well versus certain people. Like me, he plays well. He runs a high percentage match defense. So it's a complicated defense, but if you know how to crack it, you can make big plays. And I think Stavos knows the game enough where he knows crossing routes. It's pretty much a glorified man coverage. So he can break that code, and he's been able to do so when he plays him. If you look,
Yeah, it's interesting. I think KP will be more prepared though. Something tells me I don't know. I'm just saying I think KP is going to be motivated. We'll see though.
yeah. I mean, yeah. As long as Stavo's motivated, it should be a great game.
I Speaking of motivated, Mike FML, dude, you're
Oh
playing him
God.
round one. He do you remember when you first joined? You guys had a bit of a rivalry. We won't talk about that too much, but
Yeah, that was the old me. This is the new me. I've realized some of the dumb things I've done when I came in and my ass was on fire, but now I'm kind of settling in.
yeah. So you got Mike FML, who's, by the way, Mike, if you're watching, Jason Bean or whatever his name is, or Elton Bean, he's got like 45 passing touchdowns, like 4,500 yards. I mean, he is a legit gunslinger. And you look at a guy like Mike. Remember last season, I think we commented a game against Stavo, and he played Stavo well. Yeah, and get some. I mean, you got to play legit here against Mike. He's not a bye week.
Yeah, no, he's good. He's showed a lot of improvements. I've had a lot of people come to me with certain things. My disciples come to me, kind of
Yeah.
help me out. He's got his disciples. I know old man Woods is in his corner. You know what I mean? So it's going to be even. It's going to be side against side. His offense is very explosive. He looks deep, but his running back is also a game changer along with his tight end. He has a lot of weapons. You know what I mean? And to stop him, you need to get lucky. Mike's one of the best players in the NFC this cycle. I have a lot of respect for Mike. He has great offense, defense, special teams, and it's going to take it my all to keep it close. I respect Mike. He's when I think of John Madden, the next guy down is Mike. So I give respect. He's been around the game a long time.
That's spoken like Tom Brady and Bill Belichick in a post game, pregame presser, I should say. Well
Yeah,
done.
man. They're right there, man. They're right there. Edelman's right there, actually, but Brady's not too far.
You say that, and I was thinking about this. Mike was part of the clique. Do you remember the clique? Grams,
Oh, I remember the
Mike,
click. Yeah, yeah,
NYT. Um,
yeah.
do you think we're nearing the back nine of the SML? We've seen some turnover. We're yeah.
Let's say it's settled down a bit, but it's a good thing. I mean, before I don't know, like Chaco and Crazy is good, but and also we're all getting older. Our level of stimulation is so much. You know what I mean? I used to check in chat. Oh, what the hell's going on now? Somebody's on the verge of jumping off a bridge, I should say, or
Yeah.
whatever. But what I mean? I don't want that for anybody. And now it's pretty chill. We get our games. We take a shot at some people, but it's no malicious. No malicious disrespect, I should say. We're all here for the same reason, to have fun playing the game that we can no longer, most of us, play in person.
It's interesting. I think you make a good point that for a while I think the chat was more active. What 2 3 years ago?
Yeah, yeah.
But at the same time, it's like you weren't sure if you're going to wake up at 6 in the morning and somebody had
Yep,
just been just railroaded down. Um,
yep.
I think it is a lot more chill. I think it's active, and I think for as active as it is, we have very minimal problems anymore. Like there used to be guys that would just debate hardcore about some crazy stuff every single day. I mean, it was a dark
Yeah,
time.
that used to be bad. I mean, I used to, at certain times, I try to stay out because just couldn't go in. I just could not go in. I'd get myself in trouble. But now it's not like that. You go in, you have Stavo, you have Grim, you have guys poking fun at each other. It's just like a locker room now. You know what I mean? It's like it's like guys that are over the age of 40 in a locker room, just shooting the shit and having fun. That's what it seems like now.
I noticed this is like I think my ninth or 10th year of SML, and it seems like every three to 4 years you have turnover, like big turnover. I remember when we first started, and it took. I mean, we had a bunch of turnover when we first started, but like guys like Lawyer Killer and like Future Empire were like the big Grams. I would classify as part of that, kind of the big guys, the core guys of the league, and then they kind of faded away, and then you kind of get a new generation, and you have guys like QP who come in, and you have the TC era, and you have all these guys that are buddies. Remember Dump was a big part of the league,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
they kind of fizzle out. Now again, you're kind of getting another generation with the sodas and the Grims, and they kind of make a name for themselves. It's a constant battle to keep a league going because people just they get tired.
Yeah, and life, throws certain challenges at you. There's a lot of people in here dealing with challenges, but they're able to kind of handle different things at the same time and multitask, as some people can't when life gets hard and hits hard. You know what I mean? So I think we have a great crew. We have CBD over there, Pat's fan.
He's gonna be good.
We Yeah, the Grims. We got Grims here. He's tough. I hope he's not my division because he's pesky as hell. We
Yeah.
got Stavo. I mean, we got Trick. We got all these guys now. I mean, we got young Hertz Jr., who's going to be probably better than his dad in a couple of years.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I gotta talk about Young Hurts. Do you see what they're saying in chat about him?
Well, go ahead, remind me. I probably do, but just make sure we're talking about the same thing
Well, I don't know if we are, but so they're saying
here.
he's gonna be if he loses this round of playoffs, he will be the next folding chair and take the title from Meats.
Yeah, he's kind of. I know for a young guy, he's kind of not done too well when the bullets are flying for real. Like he's won one playoff. Has he won any playoff games?
No, never. And he got the number one seed last season.
Yeah, I mean that's the pressure's tough in the SML. Like I know when I play Mike, man, my hands are gonna shake. It's gonna be sweaty. My palms are gonna be sweaty. And SML playoffs is kind of a big deal, man. I've learned that over the years. I mean, I haven't done so well. But it's because you need to turn it on, and only
Yeah.
certain people have that. Like you and other people.
I think about Young Hurts, and we talk about the folding chair, and Meats at this point. Like he's no longer the next big thing. For a second, we thought Meats might be that, but he's Meats,
No,
and we all love
no,
him.
no, he's washed.
He's
No, he's washed.
washed. He
No.
I don't know who we could compare him to as like a quarterback career arc, but he's like a Chad Pennington. Like we thought maybe
Yeah,
he
that's
was
good.
going to be good. But he was okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Scott, yeah, Scott Zolak or Steve Grogan, kind of like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's kind of like that. I got
He
to give him that.
but he never eclipsed. Now you have young Hurts who comes in and he's kind of got the pedigree. It's in his DNA, and he's got a team, and he's prepared. His dad's in his corner, and all this stuff. And then he beat me in the regular season. He beats Dan at least once every 2 games. Wins number one seed, but he can't win a playoff game. So I think if he doesn't win this playoff game, he does take the folding chair title from Meats, and that's going to be a big moment in the SML because that hasn't happened in about 6 years,
Yeah,
seven,
I
eight
mean,
years.
yeah, I mean, Meats is on to greener pastures now. With kids coming and all that stuff, and he's building like all kind of igloos or whatever he's building
Yeah,
in
I
his
don't know
house.
what
He
he's
keeps
doing.
showing us pictures. I don't know. Looks like a dungeon to me, but yeah, the new folding chair, Hertz Jr. That sounds right. Hertz Rental Jr. I call him, but I mean, the pressure's on now. I mean, every time he picks his control, I think it's bad having your dad in your corner when you're playing games.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he needs to separate himself from him.
Do you think? I said this in chat earlier, and he got mad at me. While we're on the topic of the family, maybe we'll round out the show after this. Think Dan's gonna win one this cycle?
I hope not because it's a lot more interesting in chat when he doesn't win one because we can just pick at him a little bit because there's no guy that knows this game better and the ins and outs of this Madden game than Dan. I'm gonna give him credit on that. And I have a soft spot for him because he's older than me, but he's also won some bodies, so I really don't feel bad for him. So yeah, if he doesn't win one, that'd be pretty cool.
What do you think? What do you think he'll do? Do you think? I asked Bronny this, and we thought it was gonna be like a LeBron, like next cycle, be like LeBron James of the Miami Heat situation, where he's like, okay, I didn't win, then I'm gonna go load up and take the best team.
Yeah, he might do that. I mean, yeah, I can see that. No doubt about it. I mean, the older you get, and you young guys like you, even you're not even you're in your 30s yet.
29, 30 this year.
He's what I would give. But anyways, but you guys will start to one day. The day will come when we're not here anymore. The old guys, the Woods, the me, the Dans, the Bombers, and you guys are gonna say, I don't know how they did it at 40 and 45 and almost 50. I don't know. I just don't know. And you're only gonna give grace to us when we're gone and you guys are at our age because it's hard. And Dan's figuring that out now with all these young guns. It's hard to do it every year. Ask Brady.
Here's the thing about Dan, and I love him to death. By the way, he's a great guy for the most part. Sometimes the truth is, me and him had a bet. The truth is, we had a bet, and I said, Dan, whoever wins the somebody first. If I win one, you have to go shoot live 3-point shots. He talks about how he's this great hooper, and then he's like, all right, Prime, well, if I win somebody before you, you have to eat a chocolate, you know what? This is a kid show.
Oh yeah. Yeah, kid show.
And I won, of course. Beat Stavo, 4th and 16, dot.
Yep. Yeah.
It's been 2 months, and there's no video from Dan. I kind of lost a little bit of respect from him after that.
I'll give him. How about this? I'll give him to the summer because he doesn't have a tan right now. Has his winter weight on probably as a dad bod, and he's waiting for the courts to get warm in the summer. And I think he will do it by, say, June 1st. If he doesn't do it by June 1st, even the weather in Pittsburgh's fire by June 1st. So
I hope so. I mean, we should have agreed on a deadline there, but you know me, I would have been out there the next day shooting the threes. I would have bricked
yeah.
every one of them, but I would have shot the threes. That's just my personality, though.
I
But
mean, if you want to see Dan shoot, just Detlef Shrimp back in the day from the. You don't even know this guy. I think he played for the Supersonics. Reminds me a lot of Dan, nowadays. So I think that's a close second right there.
we'll see, man. I hope I haven't been lied to. I just hope I haven't been lied to.
I mean, he's a pastor. Can
He's
he
a
even do
pastor.
that?
Can you do that? I don't know. I don't know if it's a get out of jail free card or something. All right, who's winning the Simbardi?
I'm gonna go Prime Stavo Super Bowl again, and I'm gonna go you because you have the kryptonite in your back pocket. And I'm not going to say more than that. I'm going to leave it at that because we promised.
Yeah, yeah. Stavo,
Hey, hey,
listen. I feel good. If I play Stavo, I feel good. That's all I'll say. Yes, I'll say that. Um, we'll see, man. It's gonna be a fun. I think there's a lot of narratives coming on in this playoff, and I feel like we haven't had that in a while. Father versus son, round one. Bomber guaranteed a 2-score victory versus Meats, which is kind of crazy.
wait, the bear bomber. Jesus.
I know. Where's this confidence coming from?
I'm not going that way. I go the other way, man. Kill him with kindness. Let's do it.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Guys, that's Coach Pauly. He is a legend in the Madden community, a Hall of Famer in one league, going to be a Hall of Famer in another league soon. Legend and icon, Coach Pauly. I am Prime Time, 23-time champ. SML After Dark, signing off.